is Tara Spiegel. I am joined by our special guest, Michael, today. He's going to introduce himself in just a moment. For those of you who have joined us before, welcome back. Thanks for being patient on our little week hiatus as we took a break for personal things. But for those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to the program. Community Connection is a program that we do weekly on Wednesdays to connect to others in our other organizations and businesses in our community, get to know some people that we maybe haven't been able to connect with before, and see how we can support each other during these really trying times and see what's going on around us. It's a very difficult time. It can be very scary for some people. It can be very nice for others to stay home. So just want to connect with like-minded individuals and see where everybody's at in our community and how we can support each other. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michael so he can introduce himself and where he works.
Hey, Tara. Thanks for having me. I'm Michael Bell. I'm from Body Glove Cruises. It is been my family's business for the past 30 plus years. Professionally, I've been working there for 10 years. We do snorkel trips, dinner cruises, whale watching seasonally, and that's my son screaming in the back.
We all have family. It's a special time to spend more time with family. I will say that's one really positive thing that's come out of COVID for a lot of us is more time with people close to us.
Definitely.
And how long have you been with Body Glove Hawaii?
Professionally, I've been there for 10 years, but unprofessionally, 28.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
What would you say for those people who live here but have never been out on a Body Glove cruise? What does that look like? What is probably maybe your biggest selling program, and what would you experience during that program?
For locals, it's got to be the snorkel trip. It's a 4.5-hour trip. We leave at 8, back at 12:30. Includes breakfast, lunch, and just 2.5 hours of fun in the water.
Is there a specific spot you usually go snorkeling for that?
We try to go to Red Hill, just off of Hokulea area. Sometimes we have to, due to swells, we go north to Bavai, which is right off the airport, for anyone who doesn't know. Old airport, excuse me.
Awesome. So usually on this program, we like to just kind of talk a little story about what you do, and also what challenges you face as a organization right now with COVID-19 and what's going on in the world as a whole. I know I have a nice personal connection with you from being on the sustainability committee together through Konokohala Chamber of Commerce. So kind of wanted to ask you first, what are some of those struggles that you're dealing with at Body Glove Hawaii right now because of COVID-19 and everything going on in our new world?
Yeah, right now our problem is existing. We closed March 18th, I believe, and we've been closed ever since. We're hopeful to open back on August 2nd when we have visitors coming back with the COVID testing. I think Travel with Aloha program, and Josh Green is helping set up. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to start operating with at least 20 people or something like that at a time. But it's been rough. It's been a quiet few months.
I can imagine. I think a lot of people are experiencing that right now, and it would be really interesting to hear from you if you feel open to sharing. What have you been doing during this shutdown? I know some of the challenges are existing, but what have you been putting time and energy into? Or what sort of support have you gotten from the community during this shutdown? Unfortunately or fortunately, depending which way you look at it, we were right when this happened. We were just starting a massive renovation of our retail shop, our commercial kitchen, and our offices. So we've been doing that right now, and hopefully in August, everyone can come in and see our new shop. But we've tripled our kitchen space, doubled our retail space, and moved our office upstairs in our current area in Lima Court, right next to Dolphin Spit.
but it's kind of scary to be spending all this money at a time where we don't have any coming in. But we figured it'd be best to do it now instead of close down our kitchen and shop when after we reopen. But besides that, we have a really cool, great team putting a lot of cool things together. Just cleaning procedures, things like that. Unfortunately for the environment, a lot of single serve things, trying to avoid plastic as best we can. Our buffet is going to be obsolete under the new Department of Health laws. So just trying to work that out.
Have you come up with any interesting solutions so far? I mean, I know sustainability is always on your mind, so I'd be curious to hear what you have thought through.
We actually have a meeting next week to finalize our menu, because our kitchen's a hole in the ground right now. So we have to do some catering if we are in fact opening in August. So we're ironing out the details right now and hopefully avoiding as much plastic as we can.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. I think that's, even in these times, I don't know if you feel the same way. I'd love to hear your opinion, but I think striking a balance or finding a balance right now, we know that the whole COVID-19 pandemic was caused by zoonosis, by animal transfer, because we are taking away habitat. We are not maybe being as mindful as we can be around plastic use and marine debris, ocean trash. I mean, can you talk a little bit more about what you do at Body Glove, or what you had done before the shutdown on Body Glove to mitigate all of that?
Yeah, we, let's see, 2015, 2016, we became the first boat in the country certified by the Green Restaurant Association. And it was a crazy 3-month process of being certified, and they went through our energy consumption, our water use, our food sources, X amount needed to be plant-based, local products, things like that. I think we were 2 out of 4 stars, and we were just about to get that 3rd star, and then we shut down. We're also certified by the formerly Ecotourism, gosh, I forget the old name, but anyways, the Sustainable Tourism Association of Hawaii now, which I'm a board member on for the past few years. And they're doing some really great work. We're certified by them, trying to lead standards in the tourism industry.
Well, I thank you for all of that work.
yeah. I think we're at least the first boat on the Big Island just give complimentary reef safe sunscreen on board our trip, which that was, must be 10, 12 years ago we started doing that.
Before it was all the rage and a law.
Yeah. Yeah, before it was popular.
Can I ask, what brand do you guys use? Like, what brand do you all recommend?
We just switched over to Stream to Sea based off of recommendations from Craig Down.
Yeah, I really love them. They're one.
Yeah, you only need just a little bit. It goes on pretty thick. You can always tell the people who just came off of our boat.
Really knew what they were doing. But you're safe, and the ocean's safe, so looking a little pale for a little bit isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Autumn and her team make a really great product, so that's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
so
have you like five stations around the boat where anyone can just pump and use it. And we try to get everybody to not use their aerosols and things like that on board.
So I heard you mention Dr. Downs. Do you all work, for those who are watching and don't know Dr. Downs, he does a lot of work around reef safe, environmentally friendly, safe sunscreen, less chemicals. Also, as he likes to put it, people safe sunscreen, because if it's affecting the environment, it's probably affecting our bodies as well. And they just hide those studies a little bit. But that being said, do you all work with him a little bit, or can you explain how you know him?
Yeah, shout out to Cindy, if you're watching. Cindy got us introduced to him when he came out on the boat last quarter of last year sometime. seems like so long ago. He was out in the boat and was just working with us on how to get better at what we do.
And speaking of having people out on the boat, do you guys ever take students out, or I know
yeah, we had to actually cancel a whole bunch of school groups this summer, but yeah, we have this one school group comes out with us every year, and we had to cancel them. They usually come out on a whale watching trip to get the kids out and learn about whales.
That's awesome. So lots of
Yeah,
support.
a lot of canceled school groups.
But a lot of support to our local community, which is wonderful. Have
Yeah.
you done any like virtual snorkel trips, like posted videos through your site so people can see?
No, not yet. We've been pretty busy with the renovation, but we do have. Did you ever try our VR experience at one of that chamber events?
No.
Oh, everyone can go to @BodyGloveHawaii on Instagram and go to our VR section. You can see how ridiculous people look while they're snorkeling in virtual reality.
Do most people like still try to swim?
Yeah, there's some boomerangs of people swimming. I think we have Cindy on there.
Okay, definitely I don't have an Insta account, but that might be worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's really all we like to talk about. Is there anything else you really want to share? Anything else you want to talk about and let people know?
Not off the top of my head.
I'm going to share this really quick for those of you watching at home. This is Body Glove's website. So as we are starting to open back up at the beginning of August, if you want to do a delayed grad party or go exploring somewhere you haven't been able to go because you don't have a boat, you found that you're itching to get out and about because you've been stuck at home in quarantine, this is the Body Glove website. They have plenty of different programs you can choose to book, and now they're going to have delicious food with a new kitchen. Lots of reinvestment, very sustainably minded company. So definitely jump on their website, explore, check out the gallery. And if you have any questions, there is a way to contact them through that site. But I personally highly recommend. I know all of the items that Michael is working on behind the scenes to be a sustainable company and support our community, and everyone at Body Glove. I was going to ask I know you have a couple people still working for you, keeping the people in the community on as best you can to get a paycheck and support them. How are you guys doing that? How are you supporting employees and staff right now?
Just trying to be there for them as best we can. We had to lay everyone off or furlough. I guess that's the word I like to use. Back in March, we had to keep on just a few people just to keep the boat running. We were lucky enough to get PPP, I guess, later in the game. So we're kind of hibernating right now until there's work to be done, and then we can bring back our staff as soon as we can. We're hoping that there's enough people that we can bring back a majority of them.
That's
which is difficult because I mean, some people see our boat and they, it's only, you think a couple crew, but we got captains, crew, reservationists. We have a sales team that's out there on a lead drive. We have a 4-person kitchen staff. There's a lot of people that are out of work right now. We just want to get them back as soon as we can.
That's great to hear, and I hope that August 1st comes and everybody wants to go out.
With negative COVID tests.
With negative COVID tests, yes. Obviously the COVID pending, but that's great. Thank you so much for sharing and being so open and honest with everybody watching today. I double checking. I haven't seen anybody have any questions. So you're off the hook there. No hard questions for you.
Wonderful.
I asked them all. maybe how old is your baby? That could be a hard question we ask.
He's 8 months.
Has it been wonderful spending time at home with him?
Yeah, I've spent like half his whole life at home with him every day. It's fun. He just started crawling and standing up, and I was doing like the scooting thing on the side of the couch. So any day he's going to take a step off with her.
Has he been in the water? Is he a
We took him to the
water
beach.
dad?
I think we took him to the beach. He started screaming. He grabbed a handful of sand, didn't like it, and started just bawling. So it was like a 20-minute process to get to the beach, set it up, and then we were there for 5 minutes, and all hell broke loose.
So he's a boat boy like you. He doesn't want the sand.
Yeah, no sand.
Well, Austin, thank you for taking time and sharing with us today. And I mean, really, it means a lot to us that you took time out of your schedule to be here and share with our community. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, anything for you guys.
Anything? I don't know if you want to offer that to a nonprofit. Awesome.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.